what's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece Chapter 287. I left out the cover page last time. I apologize for that, guys. I noticed that as soon as I cut the camera off, and I was like, damn, do I need to just record that and talk about the cover page, or do I need to tack it on? Obviously, I'm just going to add it in for this chapter review before I get into Chapter 287. Thought it was pretty badass how Ace just has that complete schizophrenia moment where one minute he's eating and laughing, and the next minute he's like, what you say about Whitebeard? I like seeing that. That was pretty cool, man. I'm really interested to see whether or not Ace has blown his cover, okay? Because he's infiltrating. One of the things you want to do in situations like that is you don't want to really stand out. So this is going to be kind of cool to see how Oda takes this. Now, getting into this chapter, the flashbacks continue. And the last chapter, we saw Noland. He jumped into the water, and his people thought he deserted them. Not really the case. He just went to get some kill a monster, bring it up. Nothing really, right? Holy shit, this is on the Grand Line. He killed a fucking monster. So this dude's pretty fucking powerful, okay? And the fact that we know that how his story ends, it just really shows us that, oh man, like, he's going to get some great character development. And I didn't particularly care for him too much when we were getting the story. I believe it was from Masira. But to know this and to know all this backstory to it, I'm really loving this. I'm really, really loving this. I'm loving how all this is kind of coming together, man. This is really good. And he's, charting his logbook, and he's, writing his experiences. He's been on the Grand Line for 2 years. And what happens is he hears this bell from far away, and him and his crew, they go to this part of Jaya, and they have this tree plague going on, or tree sickness, where basically the plague is just eating away at everything. The land is cursed. When the chapter opens up, I believe we actually see one of Wiper's earlier ancestors. He is on the deathbed, and he's like, hey, we need to kill the blood of a young maiden. Once again, that's a trope. Like, we're gonna sacrifice somebody, or a cliche. We're gonna sacrifice someone. It's gonna be a beautiful maiden. And Oda didn't really make that his own in this, okay? But what I give him a pass on it for is because of all the different themes that we've seen in Skypiea so far, and in particular when it comes to religion, he's showing the darker side of it, because human sacrifice was something that went on. And I remember telling you guys when I first saw Wiper and he had the mask on, I was like, damn, he's got like an ancient Mayan type feel. And so looking at that, and then watching this sacrifice getting ready to take place before Noland interrupts it, because he goes chop chop, so it looks like one of Nola's descendants, which is kind of cool, just the connection, because not descendants but ancestors, because you've got that huge ass snake, and you got Nola and Nolan, like, nice connection just on the names. But to see that, okay, to see that they're going to sacrifice this girl, and she's completely fine with it, because she says, if giving my life is enough to help the people, it just really puts a lot in perspective for you, because at this point you know that she's all in, and these people buy into the sun god. And the way it fits in with ancient Mayans is they did offer sacrifices like that, and it's because of the different things that gods required. And you just go back through time, and hell, if you go back through different religions, like in particular like the Bible, the people had to sacrifice firstborn lambs, and at one point a father was going to sacrifice his son. And you just see different things. Like Oda's tackling religion, which is really ballsy as hell. One of my mentors, one of the things that she told me is there are 3 no-nos when it comes to writing. If you do it, be prepared for backlash. But as also, if you're going to do it, make sure there's a proper build up to where people feel like it's justified. The 3 things you don't want to do unless you have these things is toy with religion, toy with politics, and kill off a child. It's those 3 things. If you do those things, or show violence towards a child, those 3 things, if you do it, there better be a hell of a good reason for it. And with Oda, he's speaking about the greater about of what it means to be human, and he's been doing it all throughout the arc, and he's done it in a very subtle way to where subconsciously you're registering this, but it doesn't really hit you, but it builds up towards this moment to where now that you're seeing it, you look past it. You look past it, because if you just look at how things have progressed from the start of the arc all the way to where we're at now, it's just been ramping up slowly. And then once we got to Anel's official reveal, Oda just took it from a 3 on the subtle scale to a 6. And now we got it at like a 7.5 or an 8 right here. I like what we're seeing. This is good. This is really good on this part. Now, one other thing that I did like about this chapter is how they had the reaction. When Noland saw the dude who was running away, Seto, and Noland is, saying we need to save him. And he says, first we're going to vaccinate ourselves, then we're going to save him. And he doesn't even know the girl, and he cuts down the snake. That was cool to see that. And we got Wiper's ancestor looking pissed. Obviously, it's going to be a clash. This is good. This is good, but it feels like there's more to his character. And because we know that those two are going to end up being friends, we might see the shonen trope where they, understand each other's feelings through the punches and everything, but then they end up bonding after the fact. This was pretty good. So my chapter question for you guys is going to be, what were your thoughts about just the religious aspect of this? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. I will greatly appreciate it. As always, thank you for watching Kryptonian Saiyan. Have an awesome day, guys.
灰